Alright guys, we are on Guntersville this week for stop number 4 of the pro circuit. Got into town last night, staying at my buddy Andrew Norby's place, Sweet Springs venue. I'll show you around that place a little bit, I'm sure on the off day. There's a pond there stocked with a bunch of bass, so probably do some fishing out there on the off day. We got 2 days of practice out here for the pro circuit, so right now all the focus is on Lake Guntersville, trying to find these fish. It's a little bit chilly this morning, but temps this week are supposed to be pretty warm, getting up into the 80s. Probably most of these fish are going to be post-spawn, I would think. We're going to have to come out here and kind of fish around and find out, but I think most of these fish are going to be post-spawn. But just coming off the spawn, so there's probably going to be a lot of different ways you can catch them. Up shallow, out deep. There's probably going to be some fish already out on those ledges. But there's a bunch of grass in Guntersville, so there should always be fish shallow. So you can check around, probably try to find best case scenario, shallow and deep spots, and kind of run them both. But we'll just see what happens out here. Been out to Guntersville a couple of times, so I know a little bit how it fishes, but there's a lot of water out here to cover, especially in 2 days. So I'm gonna check some stuff and see what happens. Stay tuned, guys. Hopefully we can find a few fish. Alright, first bite of practice on the chatterbait. He just came off right there at the boat, about a 2-pounder or so. Got one punching finally. Carolina rig fish. There's a lot of activity offshore, so I think we're going to spend quite a bit of time scanning, looking for stuff, fishing a little bit, but they definitely seem to be offshore. Alright, I came up shallow. There's actually a lot of fish around. Just went in 2 little coves, throwing a swim jig around, and got a few bites, got quite a few follows, and then saw a couple of fish on beds. So there's a lot of eelgrass that grows just below the surface, so I'm gonna set up a speed worm like I would throw back in Florida and kind of just slow roll that speed worm through the grass, see if I can pick up a few bites here on that. But they're definitely hitting the swim jig, had a few follows, so I'm thinking that swim jig might have been just a little bit too fast for them. So I'm gonna slow it down a little bit with this speed worm, see if I can pick up a few fish. But I'm seeing a lot of fish, so seems like they're kind of mixed between offshore and up shallow. But I don't know. We'll see what kind of size we can get up here, and then probably go back to scanning. Try to probably get as many different areas as I can, because in the tournament you never really know what's going to happen. So having as many different areas as possible is going to be ideal for me. Well, they eat the speed worm. 2.5 pounder. There we go. All right, day 2 of practice, final day of practice. Caught some fish yesterday. Didn't find anything crazy, but at least found a few ways that I think I can get bit. Found a couple of offshore spots. I thought I was gonna kind of do that for a while, but then I pulled up shallow and just saw a bunch of fish, so I kind of just ran the shallow stuff for the rest of the day. So I'm gonna start off shallow today, see if I can't get a few on top water first thing in the morning, and then kind of see how that goes, and then I'll probably go scan for a couple of hours just to find a few more offshore spots. I'd like to have 5 to 10 offshore spots that I can run, just to pick up some fish if I need to, mix in the shallow and the deep type of stuff, because I have a feeling there's probably going to be a lot of boats up shallow. I mean, Guntersville is a pretty big place, so they'll probably get pretty spread out, but some of the areas that I was catching some fish in, I would see other boats come in and out of, so I know people are fishing shallow. Everybody kind of knows what the deal is, so if I can find a few offshore spots that maybe nobody else is fishing, just to run to pick up a few fish if some places get crowded, that would be ideal. But we're gonna get out there, see if we can't get a few first thing this morning, and see how the rest of the day goes. Bedfish. Alright, we're on our last 2 hours of practice. Just spent the whole day shallow. There's just too many fish up shallow. Every little pocket, cove, backwater area I go into, I just see 2, 3. There was a stump. What I was gonna say is, every little back area I go into, I just see 2 to 4 pounders swimming around everywhere. So, and they're biting. Some of them are biting anyways. So, just been running a bunch of shallow spots and gonna roll with it, catching them, punching and frogging, which is what I love to do. So, might as well go for it and just keep looking for those types of spots. And if I run into trouble, I got a few little offshore spots, but hopefully we can just catch them all shallow. But last couple hours of practice, probably won't be setting the hook any, so that's gonna close out day 2. Thanks for watching. Look for the tournament video coming out soon.